did it. We're back. What's up, everybody? This is Stay Out of My Fridge, and I can't wait to get into my fridge because I am hungry. And the voice you're hearing is me, it's Matt, it's Beard Laws, and joining me, as always, is Yuban Whakinov. What's up, dude?
Not much, man. I just want to get into your meat drawer.
Ooh, we just stocked up on some fridge. There might be meat, lots of Lunchables. Kids are digging it, just like the Yuban diet. And hopefully Brandon's going to jump in the middle of recording. So if you're watching this at the beginning and then you get to the end and he's there, hopefully he does jump in. We're recording at a weird little time because it turns out that we, and by we, me and Yuban, spend a lot of time in different gyms. Not working out. It's because the kids are very active. He had some archery one day, a little basketball the next day, and he was talking about how excited he was at kids finally starting to let those shots fly.
Yes, it's exciting. Like they putting a little bit of effort in. It's always fun to see your kid out there, and sometimes you think they brag a little bit about practice, and it's good to see that what they're talking about is actually it's working a little bit. So having popcorn again at 9:45 in the morning, though, I don't understand it, but it just works. It really works. And you put a little bit of peanut butter M&Ms in there. That's why I have gout.
That is potentially why the gout. Yep. Shout out to the people just struggling every day with the gout. I've had a bad case of the gout once, and I always thought it was a joke because I had some coaches that did, and I had just known it was probably from the booze from then. And then the first time I got it, I said, well, that is what Taylor Swift sings about in Karma. I got it. It sucks.
It is, I think I went about 5 months without it. I was like, man, I think I finally got it under control. Had steak. Forgot my medicine twice. I even told, we mentioned this backstage, but I was like, hey, I almost made it 3 weeks with taking my medicine every single day without missing. And for some reason, we had another snow day on Friday. Went outside, had fun, completely forgot. Saturday, I remembered, but about like 8:30 at night. So I practically missed 2 days. And now my toe is like, hey, do you want to be cut off? And there's some loppers talking to me. They're hanging outside to this door, probably about 15 feet away.
Do you call it Cindy?
I'll call it whatever the hell it is. I don't call it whatever. I just... Like, Cindy, am I missing something? Oh, hold on. It's over my head. Explain it to me.
There's so many people on the internet. There's women out there that allegedly said that they would rather give birth without an epidural than have gout.
Oh, yes. Apparently, there is individuals who say that it is more painful to have gout than experience childbirth, and a lot of people assume that is a man behind those comments who just trying to validate their gout symptoms. Is it me? No, I will not take credit for that whatsoever. I'm not that creative. No. I don't want to create another email address. Too much work.
It is a lot, especially when you have several. Man, yeah. But with that being said, we kind of we're thinking scientists. We're thinking scientists. And we were trying to say, all right, we got the gout. We got the toe, and if you keep looking down, he continually looked down at his toe, not that he needs to make sure it's still there, but when you have gout, sometimes it feels like it could explode off. And he was like, I got hair on my toes, which I do too. And we were like, is it a knuckle? Is it, like, what do they call the hair on that? And we're curious. What did you came up with a coin or a term for it, right?
Was it a tuckle? A toe
knuckle?
It's
a tuckle.
A toe knuckle. Because, they each have nails. There's a finger nail and a toenail. So, but you don't call it a finger knuckle.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, I looked it up real quick, and it's a scientific word that is probably just as hard to say as the kicker for the Texans, who turns out did not miss 3 kicks, which sucks. But it's a metatarosophalangeal joint. I think we go with knuckle. I mean, they're pretty much the same. I think people refer to it as a toe knuckle, but I like tuckle.
I like the tuckle too. I mean, it's because you can pop it, right? I mean, just like a regular knuckle.
True. Which I believe when you just crack them, it's like built up gases in the body is what causes the. I think we looked that up one time. We're pretty much a science educational show, and
What's up, Bill
popcorn.
Nye?
Bill Nye the Science Guy. I don't know. My brain's going in a different direction because you were talking about popcorn and then throwing some M&Ms. So we spend a lot of time in gyms. Is there like not a place, but I guess something different or just one place that you're super excited because you get to hit up the concession stand? Because for me, when the oldest was playing in the championship games, there was a place over at Potsdam. The Potsdam High School, they hosted the soccer kind of championships and everything. They got one of those nice kind of central locations for all the in the county. It's a pretty big county, so there's kind of central. So this place doesn't have to drive 2 hours to this neutral field, and this place drives 10 minutes. So it's a little bit of drive for everybody. But their concession stand was so goddamn cheap. I think I went up there for like $6-7 and got so much. I was just like, well, like truly, I think they charge like $1 for a water, which I think is reasonable. I think they charge like $2 or $1 for a whole bag of popcorn, 25 cents for a sucker. And I was like, that's pretty good. But a lot of these concession stands, man, like we just ran a tournament, and one of the coolest things that one of the parents wanted to do was with those walking tacos. Such a huge hit, man. They just opened a bag of Doritos, threw in some meat, threw in some cheese, threw in some whatever toppings they want, had the buffet style. They killed it. Beautiful thing.
That's I love the walking taco. That is a top tier concession stand item. And
Mm-hmm.
so like the place that we went to today, I love their concession stand. I thoroughly enjoy. They're like top like as soon as I know that we're having a tournament there, I'm like, yes. But their drawback, no cell reception at all. And
Yep.
what I don't understand, and I was going to ask you if this is like a thing as well, Wi-Fi at other schools. Is it usually customary to share the Wi-Fi, or do they gatekeep it like this place as well?
Yeah, they usually lock it down with a password, mainly because for schools and they allow it, then you have all the kids that can just jump on free Wi-Fi, and I think it opens the door for even younger kids. Some of the younger kids have Wi-Fi only phones, so if they get them into school and stuff like that. But yeah, no, typically you want to keep, and being a guy that did some networking, we always lock down our public or our guest wireless as well, because if somebody does know what they're doing, they were to get on, say, an open sourced public, they're still kind of, most of the places are still on the same network and can eventually jump to it. So it's a gateway for someone that potentially could hack your stuff. But yeah, it's usually there. But most of the time, it's kind of publicized. Like, hey, if you want to get on our network, here's the thing. I mean, for me, being an IT guy, I would kind of want to be, or a host, kind of be a good person to just be like, all right, it's not that hard to change it. So just be like, hey, the password this weekend for the tournament is bloop. And then if you're that worried about it, just change it. You know?
See, so that's I understand having a password for it, and it's like I went up to the lady doing the ticket to get in, and I even asked the vendors at the concession stand and everything. I was like, hey, what? Do you guys know what the password is? Every single time they're like, oh, sorry, we can't give that out. You would have to ask one of the coaches, what the password is. And I'm like, huh?
What?
And they're like, yeah, we don't give that out. And I was like, it says visitor on here. I'm a visitor. Is there like perhaps a password for this? And they're like, not for this tournament, no. And I'm like, what the? So there is no connection to the outside world whatsoever. So I have to be a parent without internet, which I know sounds awful, but
No, everybody that's listening right now is going, ugh. Especially when you have younger kids and the entire family is at said tournament.
It's a little rough. That's why we bring coloring books, snacks. We even sneak in a little bit of our own cold fish and everything else, to appease the creature that is.
I thought you said cold fish. I'm like, no wonder why you have gout. You're bringing your own seafood into this tournament? That is some bougie.
Never. No. But
like you're bringing sushi? Your cold fish? You call sushi cold fish? Goldfish. I got you.
Yeah, some goldfish crackers. He's and for some reason the multicolored ones taste the best. I don't understand it. He's got a little touch of the tism like his dad, apparently. I don't understand it. These genes run strong like Levi's. But this concession stand has especially since the tournament starts in the morning. They have biscuits and gravy.
What?
And
That's
I'm like,
brilliant.
oh snap! I didn't even get it, but I like seen it. And I'm like, okay, the price $3.50, and I'm like, not even that bad. Okay,
Pretty good sized
okay.
biscuit.
So yeah, and that's the thing is, it was I would say about yay big. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So it was.
So for
But the
anybody
thing
that's
is, though,
just listening, that's probably what baseball size biscuit.
yeah. But the thing is, though, there was four, so it was
Oh,
two biscuits split. So it was biscuits and it was biscuits. I can't say it. Never
it's
B
a
and
tough word.
G. You know,
It's a
I
tough word.
got cotton mouth is what it is. You know,
Mm,
those old rippies right before it
mm-hmm.
doing a number. And
They are.
that
They're getting
word,
you.
it's
Cat
like
got your
David Spade.
tongue.
Roads, roads. But
Biscuits. So is that a big like? Because you guys are what considered the Midwest.
oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
So that's a big Midwest thing? Biscuits
it
and gravy.
is. That is like pretty much. I don't. They like ranch as well. I don't like ranch as much as everyone else does around here, but a little B and G. That's pretty much everywhere. But you rarely see it at a concession stand though at a ball game. So when I see that, I was like, oh man! And everyone's at a bleacher just sitting like devouring it on a paper plate, and I'm like, that's brave. You know what I mean? Like that's
For guys like us, man.
yeah.
I eat a biscuit and gravy. I am going to make a deposit in there. How are the bathrooms at said event? Most schools where we pretty much go, even though there's a tournament, they're still pretty nasty. I mean, you can only clean them up so much. It seems like, especially in the boys' room, I'm not sure the girls' room, obviously, there's always that just stale, old piss smell in a lot of these like high school / middle school gyms and bathrooms that we go to. It's not a good time. I do not want to have to poop there.
Yeah, and that's kind of what this was, and that's why I tried to avoid the B and G, but I was a victim to the pretzel and cheese. I could
Oh,
not turn. I saw that soft pretzel. They had the old fashioned like I can't like the like an arcade style where you used to go over there and collect your tickets, and you always see over there like, oh, there's popcorn, there's this slushy machine, and there's the pretzel. There it is.
mm.
And this bad, I see it's salted. They even had the cinnamon option ones as well if you didn't want the regular one. I was like, oh shit. I was like, okay, nope. Give me the salted one. And they go, do you want regular cheese or jalapeno cheese? And I'm like, you have cheese option.
That would have been awesome if
My
they were like, "Do
God.
you want regular cheese, jalapeno cheese, or beer cheese?"
Oh, if they would have had beer cheese, dude. Or if they would have said, or a queso, I'd be like, spit in my mouth. Like, this
Mm.
is, oh my God. That pretzel, like, how much would you pay for a jumbo size? I'm talking about bigger than your face. The one where, you know how, like, you have, like, the standard size plastic nacho container that has this side of cheese that goes, the pretzel was overlapping the tray, it wouldn't fit in it. It's one of
Hmm.
those big ones. So, what would you pay for that and some cheese?
I mean, at a concession stand, it's got to be a little bit lower. If you go to a restaurant for some reason, we just find it's acceptable. I mean, that's at least probably $10 easy at a restaurant. I would imagine, maybe even 15. I'm gonna say the first number that popped in my head was 750.
It was $2.50.
Two
I
dollars and
swear
fifty
to
cents.
God. Two
I would
dollars and
have
fifty
bought 10
cents.
of them.
Whenever I saw the pretzel, and I was like, it's that black box that you get from Walmart, those
Mm-hmm.
small ones. You know what I mean? That say jumbo.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
it's the ones that were 4 times the size. And I
what?
was like, I had to look at it and go, it's $2.50 for the pretzels? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I want one of those. Yep.
I'll take a case.
And like even whenever and what was weird too is like this, I don't know, whenever we got checked in to the or when I saw the little menu thing or the menu where the little sign that said, hey, adults are $5, students are $1. And I was like, okay, cool. I was like, we have a player, he doesn't get charged. We have somebody who's not a student, doesn't get charged. And we have 2 adults and 1 student. I was like, that's $11. And I told her, I was like, hey, this is what we have. And she goes, okay, $6. And I was like,
Okay.
okay. I even look at I look at the missus and she's like, hey, you're going to be honest? And I was like, nope.
No. Nope.
I don't work here. I don't teach how to do math. You know.
And at the end of the day, the way I see it, did you rip them off? No, because that extra $5 is just going towards a couple pretzels. They're getting the money regardless. Are they going to get? Are they going to really miss an extra $5 at this event? And it's not even like a fundraiser event, right? It was just
No.
like your normal games. That's one thing that I'm glad they did away around here. They always used to charge to go to these high school basketball games. So it's like next thing you know, it's like, oh, this team's playing this team. Oh, you're an adult student, $2, $1, and there would be a packed gym. And then next thing you know, it's all of this money. So around here, people just stop going to the games. They're like, the hell with it. I'm not going to go bring my family of 5, spend an extra $10 just to watch a high school game. So I don't know if it ended up being state law or if everybody around here was just like, all right, these people do pay taxes. Maybe we, have this budget vote coming up. We really want them to do it. Maybe we stop charging at the the basketball games because they stopped charging at the girls' game first, which must be a slap in the face, and then they stopped with the boys after. And I feel bad for girls' sports, man. Like I don't know if it's the same around there, but around here you're barely. I mean, it's the gyms are empty. It's quiet.
Oh, yeah.
It's awkward. You hate it, and I mean, around here in where I help coach and where the kid goes and stuff like that. I mean, almost every year, somebody in our class, in our section, is making probably a Final Four run, if not winning a state championship. Like, it is fantastic. Some of the best girls basketball in New York State, especially in the lower levels and everything like that. And nobody shows up to watch them. And I don't get, like, even like when I was going to school, we were on the boys team. We always made it a thing that when we always went to every girls game on the road. As long as we didn't have practice and definitely at home, we went and supported them. We were loud. We had fun. You know what I mean? We had chants. We did all that stuff. Nowadays, it is quiet. And you say something dumb, it's like you get thrown out of the gym for saying warm up the bus or air ball. That's so disrespectful. It's like, it's part of the game. Shut up.
Yeah, and honestly, especially if one of my kids do an air ball or something like that too, I'm gonna say it, and the friends around me too, like, or the other parents will laugh about it and everything. It's just, but I won't scream it. Like, I'm not gonna do it every 5 minutes or anything like that. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
maybe one every other game. Yeah, absolutely. But
And if it's your own kid, and to be honest, it's funny coaching youth sports, and that's kind of where I'm at and everything. Thankfully, you don't hear a lot of that because youth sports, they take that a little bit different. But I'm not going to lie to you. If I get to a varsity game, I'm still not yelling airball. I feel like I still, as an adult, can't yell at a kid. I have a hard enough time doing it at college games because they're still pretty much kids, that we're getting a little bit older. But there is certain gyms, and a buddy of mine who coaches, we've came up with the conclusion years ago that the smaller schools with, it's not statistically proven, but the people with the lower IQs make the most noise. And these gyms, they have no problem being adults, screaming, yelling, taunting, and just being a jerk to opposing kids on other teams.
that's why Arrowhead's the loudest. You Chiefs.
I know. I'll tell you what, though, at least at the time of the recording, the AFC is kind of set, and I know it's sad. Brandon, right as the time of the recording, he is a Broncos fan. His team just got eliminated by the Bills. Obviously, this is old news by the time this comes out. I'm a Steelers guy. They're done. You're a Cowboys guy. They've been done for 3 months. And,
Since
just
week
having all
4,
of our
baby.
teams out, I don't know. It's one of those things that kind of you mentioned on one of the shows, like, my team's out. There's really, I got no skin in the game. It's a little less stressful. I knew going in, last weekend watching Steelers, Ravens, when it's a 9.5-point favorite, there's not going to be an upset. Let's be honest. I mean, it's like all these people had hope. Oh, Denver's got a chance. Then they take the early lead. Oh my! It's like it is a 4 quarters of football. Unless Allen goes down or there's a major injury, it ain't gonna happen. And the way that Baltimore picked apart Steelers early on was unbelievable. It's so impressive that the Steelers had their game plan. Hey, we're not going to let Henry beat us. And then next thing you know, 12 straight runs by friggin' Lamar Jackson. And then it kind of stalled for a little bit, and they got it done. I'm excited this weekend for the AFC, for all of football, but definitely the AFC championships. Bills Ravens going to be nuts. I could see the KC Texans game kind of being boring, but that Bills Ravens game, holy cow.
I was really hoping for an upset to whoever played Kansas City. But the fact now that it's the Texans, I don't want to give Burley any satisfaction whatsoever.
That's
So
tough for you, yeah, because you hate the Chiefs, and it's Burley and the Texans. It's not really a win-win for you at all.
not at all. Not at
Mm-mm.
all. So hopefully it ends in a tie and neither one of them can advance and just whoever wins betweens whoever
Betweensies.
wins between the Ravens and the Bills, that's just the AFC Championship game.
I
They get
mean,
to
it would
go.
be a pretty good one.
I hope it is. And we haven't got to see the Packers and the Eagles game, but I know that we're rooting for the Packers. Hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully Jordan Love is he even going to play. I haven't even seen the update on it yet.
I was gonna say it's funny because at the time of the recording, it's he is playing. He is definitely playing. At the time of the recording, not to ruin it, it's 5 minutes left in the first, and it's still 7-0 Eagles. Packers got the ball, but hey, you guys already know the outcome of the game. So do we, because it's much later. But yeah, and what's interesting for me though, I just kind of hit my brain is I'm a sports guy. College basketball has been like one sport I've always absolutely loved, and for some reason this year I haven't given a about it. I'm barely watching games. I'm barely checking it out. And the only thing I can think is these friggin' NAL deals. Yeah, you're going to start getting teams stacking them up. You're going to start seeing, like, we turned on the Duke game the other day just because it was noon. We had some time to kill before we had to head back to the gym. Threw on that game, and it's just, I don't know. College basketball used to be, in my opinion, like, I love pro football better than college football. Like, I can't turn that switch off like a lot of people. But some reason it was always college basketball over NBA, and I'm having a hard time watching it, man. I don't know what it is.
See, and that's how it was for me. Was it was always NFL over college football, and now with Brandon, he's really got me into to college football, and I've
Mm-hmm.
watched a lot more of it this year. And but I mean, I definitely still favor the NFL more. But
Oh yeah.
it just you seem to look outside the NFL when your team is again done by week 4 or 5. So I was watching one thing I actually got really into, and I know I'm a big dart fan, so I'm biased, but I've watched the dart championships over the last 4 or 5 years. But this, like, it seems like the popularity of darts has really grown, and it's steel tip darts, and there's a young dart player who's 17 years old. Luke
Whoa.
Lidler is his name, but he actually won the dart championship. He's the youngest player to ever do so, and he beat the guy who's technically was the current best. So pretty much it was like a Mahomes versus Brady type of thing, with the exception of this time the younger person winning, and that's Lidler beating Michael Van Gerwen. And they said this is
Wow.
the most popular or the most viewed championship they've ever had. And I guess Netflix is picking up the championship for the next few years. And I'm like, oh
Wow.
snap! So I was telling my kids about it, and they were like, "That's awesome, Dad. That's cool." And I was like, "You know what?" I was like, let my hobby have one thing." And I was like, "It's finally becoming a little popular." I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
let me enjoy this moment, this 5 minutes of happiness. Oh
So it's a
snap!
record 4.8 million viewers watched the 2023-2024 World Darts Championship final.
And I I've seen it, and you can see it growing. And I mean, there's a lot of old greats that's been, champions and everything else, but I could never be as accurate as half these guys. But it's great to imagine that one day I can. It's like, when you toss a football in the backyard, you're like, oh, I'm John Elway, I'm Brett Favre, I'm whatever. I'm like, oh, hey, I'm Michael Van Gerwen, a Dutch bald man with braces. That's me, baby. That's me.
That's me. I mean, it's crazy because the world that we live in with the technology, the internet, and stuff like that. I mean, you have people that want to grow up and be YouTubers. You want to be. It's not as weird as saying, like if you were to grow up now, like, hey, it's not that weird to be like, I want to be a professional dart champion because now we have the ability to see this. Like, how many times in the 80s, 90s were you being able to see darts. I mean, now you got darts, cornhole, bowling, which I think bowling was kind of on TV. I mean, I don't personally watch it, but at least they were making video games about it. You ever remember playing the one on Nintendo?
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that might be one of the most played games I've ever played in my entire life.
My
It's
favorite one was a PlayStation one. I can't remember. I think it was like 10 Pin Alley. Oh shit, that actually might be the name of it. But you used to be able to insult the other person while they were getting ready to bowl. So you
really
can hit like triangle, like you spam it, and it would go, "You suck," and everything right before you bowl. And so my mom would, she bless her heart, she would always try to play with us. Like she'd be like, "Oh, I'll play bowling with you guys," and me and my brother would be like, and she'd
like
get
you're
up there,
gonna
and
be able to keep up, Ma.
yeah, and like we would destroy her, you know. And she'd get over there, and she's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and try. I'm gonna go ahead and try." And she'd get over there, and she kept like throwing it in the gutter, and she's like, "Ah, dang it!" And you'd hear, "You suck." And she's like, "Guys, quit doing that. I hate that. Don't you know I hate that? Stop." And we're like, all right. Triangle, triangle, triangle. You suck. She's like, "All right, I'm done." I think it might have been one of those free games you got with Pizza Hut. I know we talked about it before, but
Oh,
dang, you know what?
well, you're looking that up. The game that I was talking about was Championship Bowling on NES,
I gotta
and
look that one up too.
oh man, it was classic. I mean, I remember obviously being a younger kid. So when we went to my grandmother's house, she had a Nintendo, ton of games. So we'd get over there, and next thing you know, it'd like be us and a couple of my uncles. I think you could play up to 4 players on it, and it was just simple. You just lined it up. Then there was a whoop, zoop, zoop meter, and then you go top. And then you had the power, zoop, 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 and then you could put a little spin. Certain, and it was obviously people are going, "Oh, I looked this up. You guys are stupid. This video game sucked." Graphic wise, obviously not going to hold up to today, and this, but I mean, you still had to pick the pounds of your ball and this and that, and still line it up and throw it. It was fun as hell, and you got to put in your initials, the high score. It's
It's
pretty.
That's what it was always about, was putting either a clever initials on there or
Yep.
getting your own on there, so that way you knew it was yours. You're like, "Hey, that high score on there, mine. That's mine." And it's kind of, it sucks seeing some of these older games now and hearing your kids say like, "Oh, that's what these graphics look like. Like that's what you enjoyed." It's like, yeah, that's when we grew up, when these graphics came out, that was revolutionary. This was awesome. I remember seeing like Madden 02 and being like, "It'll never get any better than this." And then now seeing it and being like, "What the is this?" But I
So
did
this
pull up
was
yours.
Championship Bowling. I don't know if you ever played it. You could pick how many players, your lane numbers. You put in your initials here. You put the how many pound balls. There was only a couple of characters, and I would always laugh because it looked like the girl was flipping you off. Instead of a thumbs up, doesn't it look like she's giving you the bird? But this is the graphics right here. I got the sound muted, so if you just pick where you go, bloop bloop bloop. You try to get it to front. If not, so this guy's going to curve a little right with a good power. Blink. Uh-oh. Got the 7-6 split.
Okay, that's sick.
Isn't this fun? I found an emulator recently and like tried to get the kid to play, but now it's like it doesn't matter if you're left or right. So now watch, you can go way over left, throw a little bit slower. I would have thrown a slower ball, just zoop. See how it curved at the little bit of an end? Man, this brings
That
back
is
some
sick.
memories.
Oh,
Coming back.
you're living hell out of me. That was wow.
Pretty sweet, right?
Oh, there we go. That is sick. I was trying to pull mine up here too, trying to see if it actually showed the spot of, no, it doesn't. Dang it.
So 10 Pin Alley on PS1. I got you.
I have it here. It's
do you have it?
No, go ahead. You're Oh, hey. Hi.
Hey!
I'm so sorry, boys.
Special. Hey, listen. We started this off with that. We got our signals crossed. You're a Denver fan. We recorded on Sunday, so like, there's nothing to be sorry about. We said that you're going to be a little bit late. It's good.
You know what's great? At noon, I literally laid down and I was like, I don't feel too good. Took the COVID shot yesterday morning, and just have not felt good today. Yet my wife woke up with diarrhea, which has nothing to do with this. But I woke up lightheaded, body aches, and a headache. Headache came on about noon, so I just laid down. Looked at the game. I was like, "Oh, we're up 7-3. All right, so 31-7.
Well, at least you got to see the good parts as a Denver fan. I watched. Hey, but like I said, we just said, now all of our teams are out. The stress of football is over for us. We can just maybe actually try to enjoy some games.
Your teams went to the playoffs?
Playoffs?
Playoffs? You kidding me? No, must be nice. That's
But I
make it a playoff.
I texted you when you were like, for the record, Matt did say 4:30 my time, his time, and I misread it and just whatever.
Well, in your defense, if you read it 4:30 my time, it is 4:30, and that sucks. Time zone math, and I you know what? I'm going to throw this out there. I'm going to put this out into the universe just in case somebody super super rich listens to this. I threw this out the other day, and I said, you know what's going to happen? We're going to find somebody that's going to be a killer sponsor of the show. They're going to give us a bunch of money, and what we're going to do is I'm going to fly out to you guys once a month, and we're going to record a month's worth of shows in a weekend, hooking up local establishments with the connections that Yuban has in his industry, the connections that Brandon has in his industry. We could not only help out some local people, we could have some cool places to record. Do I want to spend 10 hours on a weekend just flying and another potentially 8 driving? No, but it'd be pretty cool to do once a month. It'd be a fun little show. I don't know. I think it'd be awesome. So if anybody rich out there has some extra stuff or you guys want to have a write-off, all you got to do is cover some airfare and a couple of meals. We'll do 4 shows one weekend, and we get to hang out once a month. That'd be cool.
Could you imagine?
We'll call you Daddy.
Could you imagine what the 4th show would be like? We would be just lit. But all right, this is our 4th and final show of the weekend.
See, I put some thought into it. I'm going to come in on a Friday, right? We're going to get one in on a Friday night. We're going to have maybe a couple of beverages, some food, relax, hang out. We're going to do 2 on a Saturday, unless we're feeling frisky. 3. We'll do 1 Sunday morning. I'll get on the plane. I'll head back. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am.
I like it.
Be fun.
That would be dope. We could eat some runzas.
See, the possibilities, especially you guys get nicer weather, so you don't have to plan around like 8 months, 9 months of winter. You guys just get it rough for a little bit, so getting into there should be fairly easy.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be cool.
I don't want to hear winter. How much snow did you wind up with, Brandon?
Oh, well, we were promised a foot, and we got 1 to 5. It was close to like 3 to 5 inches.
Oh, okay. So we were promised about 2 feet, and we got 16 inches. So
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and with the drifts being the worst part of it, but yeah, that was very substantial for our area. Matt just like, 16 inches. When's the rest coming? Like, is that it?
Yeah.
He's like, that
was my alarm.
That's an
by the
afternoon.
Hey, you had 10 minutes to spare.
That was my 4:20 alarm before our 4:30 meeting.
420. Too bad you're not feeling so good. Yeah, it's funny number.
420 here. And at Willie's.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, winter sucks. There's no way around it. How it happens for us is we'll get snow, cold, cold, cold. And usually it's like, oh, it's really cold. It's not going to snow. But for the last week or 2, it's been super cold and still snowing. So I don't really know how that's possible. I thought if it got too cold, it couldn't snow. But that's what we're in for. It's terrible. I mean, we're pretty much Canada. So it is what it is. Everybody's like, why do you live there? Why don't you just move? It's not that easy. It's not that easy to just pack up, move. And could you imagine? And this is coming from 3 guys that, own our houses and stuff like that. Although Brandon recently just rebought, but I couldn't imagine buying a house in today's kind of, world. On, not only do the interest rates suck, but the prices of stuff is through the goddamn roof. Like Burley's trying to buy a place right now. I'm like, you're nuts.
Yeah.
That's like buying a vehicle right now too. I wouldn't advise either one. Like it is. I've seen some of the house, like the town that I grew up in probably shouldn't have a house worth more than $80,000, I would say. And I've seen some go for over $200,000, and I'm like, what?
Same here. There's houses because not only do I have, I mean, it's not a huge house by any means, but right around 1,500 square foot. You know, multi-level, bunch of rooms because we've done some renovation. You can consider them rooms, and a beautiful Beard Law studio, and 6 acres of land, and it could easily, like you said, probably hit 200,000. You know, and if this was 5 years ago, I'd be lucky to probably get $100,000. You know, like by any means. But then you start looking, and you're like, what is $200,000 really going to get me in this area? You know, back in my day, back when we were growing up, I mean, we live on a pretty popular river. It's the St. Lawrence River, which is the border between Canada and New York. And real estate is unreal. I mean, there's places that years ago, these people were buying them for like $100,000. They're getting like $1,000,000 for some of the, or they're asking at least. And it's unbelievable.
That's there's especially if you have property that could be like if you have land that can become like commercial property or something like that. Oh,
Mhm.
oh man, that's a lot of the farmers that we have now. They are getting land that's becoming like a highway area and stuff, and there's a lot of potential businesses talking about like gas stations being developed and everything. And I'm like, oh, you lucky sons of guns. So
You know what I hated is a buddy of mine had the chance to buy a commercial lot of land at a pretty cheap price. And his whole intentions was he was going to put just like a gas station on it. And because there wasn't anywhere pretty much where you could go for, I want to say like probably 15, 20 miles in between for gas. But where this was is right when the Canadians either go back to the bridge to go back to Canada, or it'd be the first place that they would see when they came off. Beautiful. So he starts, rumors are, he's looking into buying this. He randomly gets this letter from some people at Walmart and said, because there's a Walmart within less than 5 miles from where he's going to do it, and be like, hey, just want to let you know with our policy, this and that. I'm paraphrasing, obviously. But if you do this, we will put gas at our location and we will make sure we are always cheaper than you.
dang.
We want to send this to you out of courtesy. And you're like, you sons of bitches. So he's like, you're never going to have Walmart money. There's no way you could do anything about that. So they never did. And the land is still undeveloped.
I've been watching way too many documentaries about the Magna Carta and English history and the English Revolution and the American Revolution, the French Revolution. Recently,
Oui.
yes. And I am a diehard capitalist and have been my whole life. It's done great things for me, but it's hard to hear stories like that and not say to yourself, that is crony capitalism. That is big man squashing the competition. And that is not free market. That's bullshit's what it is. I'm sorry to get all political on you, but that's it kind of makes me sick to my stomach a little bit.
No, it sucks, man. But like I said, and it's weird too, because this Walmart in this city that I'm located, it's not even a super Walmart. I don't even think they build them that are not super Walmarts anymore. It's just this smaller version Walmart, and there's always full of Canadians. Thankfully, they're back. But I have been just cleaning house in the clearance aisle. I have a problem. I cannot pass up a deal. The biggest thing for me is like I've been, I try to walk every single day. I got the treadmill and stuff like that. This is going to sound weird, but a buddy of mine was out on a walk and got hit and was like in really bad shape. I still don't know how bad shape because I haven't really had to have a phone call conversation when we texted back and forth. He's like, I got a long road, but I'm lucky to be here kind of thing. And so I'm like, cool, not walking the roads anymore. So I got the treadmill. So I've been doing this, and Burley, of course, is super sober, and he have kind of been trying to motivate me. So I'm like, you know what? I don't have as much time. So I've been walking with a weighted kind of like rucksack. So I got about 15 pounds while I'm doing this. Well, Walmart's in the clearance section, of course, where I am, nobody's really trying to exercise. They got 8-pound sandbags that are made for working out, smaller ones. They're normally like $40. They're 15 a piece. And they have been there for weeks. I'm like, really hard to pass this up. But I'll see some stupid shit in there for $1 or $2. And I'm like, buy that, buy that, buy that. That's why I'm so glad the bin store is out of business. I was their best customer, I think. Goddamn. I had every intention to flip some stuff. And I just fell in love with it,
No, do you guys does your Walmart have that dedicated clearance aisle?
Yep.
that you can go down?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. There's various spots throughout the store that things are on clearance, but I know what you're talking about. But
Oh, we have, yeah, like he said, we have one aisle with a huge yellow banner, and it just says clearance. And they're always kind of stocking it. They're rotating. And again, it's a smaller Walmart. I don't know if yours is, you've been near you is like a super Walmart or not. But this one, just, it's not a huge store by any means.
I mean, I miss the days where there used to be 24 hours, but I mean, it used to be a super center, but now it's, I mean, they close at like 10 or whatever, but
Like, does yours sell produce and all sorts of stuff? Like, it's like the
Mhm.
huge, massive ones? Because this one doesn't. I mean, this one is just
Oh.
pretty much when Walmart started opening and stuff. Now, how there was like no real, like, I mean, there's a pharmacy, but it's really small. But I mean, going into a super Walmart now compared to this one, it seems, I honestly think it's like a quarter of a super Walmart.
Oh wow, yeah, no, this one I think it's a super. It has the produce, I mean everything, hardware, pharmacy, garden.
Yeah. I mean,
But
yeah, this has those aisles, but it's like an aisle. You know what I mean? And for some reason, I get like I said, I'll go into a super Walmart. And I'm like, holy shit, this is like a mall. This is bigger than the mall that's closed up the road.
well,
dang, yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was just going to say what's funny is we're all from the time period where they called them super Walmarts when they were different from they stopped calling them that. I don't know how anything else changed. It was just calling them that. But I came from a town about 6,000 people where we had a Walmart in town, and it wasn't a huge Walmart by any. I don't even think they had like a full on deli where you could buy like fried chicken and stuff. Like that's how like broken down it was. The one here in town, man, they got everything. They got a lawn and garden center. They've got, you know what I'm saying? Like, full electronics center. I mean, everything you'd ever want for food and full deli and everything else. So I see and sense that a little bit. I also think it's funny how in our day and age, where we've got all the different companies that shall not be named that are the big conglomerates where you can buy stuff online, including Walmart. Yet, leading up to Christmas, everybody in town was at Walmart
Mm-hmm.
buying everything from, probably gravy packets they didn't have to, Christmas gifts and things like that. And so as much as we want to say, like the world's changing, we're going to get stuff delivered to our doorstep. Walmart ain't missing in that. Walmart does a delivery service now for $10 a month. So it's not, they're not missing on any of that either.
And
Anyway.
with a lot of stuff like that, like you need it in your hand. You don't want to rely on even if it's free, but you don't want to rely on a busy kind of mail carrier who's overworked, probably underpaid, super miserable, having to deliver nonstop packages. And that sometimes you just want to go and get that product in your hand. And as much as you hate to do it, those goddamn Walmart prices are. I mean, I just recently went and got 4 new tires there because it saved me like $600 going anywhere else around town, and it's like,
I'm going to speak through stereotypes where I don't normally do it, but there's something about I've lived in Omaha, I've lived in Lincoln, I've lived in small towns, I've lived in big towns. There's something about a mechanic who works at Walmart that I trust. They're the guys who I would used to share. I would throw a 5 on it, if you know what I'm saying. Hey, let's throw 5 on it. We'll go, yeah.
Yep.
Those are the guys that were the dudes you wanted to hang out with. And yet the dudes that were not, listen, they're not leading Fortune 500 companies, right? Like they're at Walmart, but yet so am I.
and to be honest, they get paid.
Different?
Yeah, and they probably get paid pretty good. I mean, a Walmart manager of a store is making some big bucks. Are they going to be the company that potentially has you work there for 10 years and then phases you out and then you have to start over and go somewhere else? Probably. A lot of those big companies do it. But like I said, one of the coolest things, like I was in there, got a flat tire, found something in it, kept having to pump it up. And the guy was just like, hey, man, I can't repair this for you. This is the policy. But I tell you what, if you want to, there's this patch kit right over here. We already have it up on the lift looking at it. If you want to do it, it's going to be a lot easier, and I'll put the air in the tire for you. And I was like, what, really? He's like, yeah, come on. So I bought the kit, went through, did it right there while I was on the lift. And he's like, yeah, I just can't do it for you, man, because of policy, but we're glad to help you out. And, so we went down there, I'm like, holy shit. And sometimes you just need an oil change and you don't want to make an appointment. You just show up and they'll be like, yeah, just give us like 20 minutes, man.
Yeah. So one thing I do want to say also is allegedly, I heard through the grapevine, allegedly, also part of their policy is to allegedly fire people who reach a certain age who are in middle management, because it's much easier to, pay somebody who's 15, 20 years younger in that same position. And that allegedly happened recently here to a guy I know who allegedly worked there for like 25 years as a good manager. And he was really smart, really sharp, on boards all across town for different civic. I mean, he's not the guy you would normally think of working at Walmart, which there is a negative connotation of that. We kind of talked about that a little bit, but so this again, that's Walmart, allegedly.
Yeah. Allegedly. Yeah. I don't know. All I want to do is go buy some sandbags now.
I do want to say something else. I think sandbags is a good idea, especially at that price. You can't beat it, man. But the amount of like random Walmart shit I buy for the kids that's like $1 here or there, like you talked about, that ends up on the ground is just stupid. But I was watching a YouTube video, and the conversation had gotten to something we had talked about several months ago about shrinkflation with fast food products.
Mm-hmm.
And we all remember when McDonald's had the $1 any size drinks, right? Small, medium, large was $1. Well, now they're double that price. They're like $2.19 or something like that.
$2.39. $1.39
for a large. Okay, whatever it was. But I don't think it's that low. I don't think it's $1.30. I'm pretty sure it's over $2. Where I'm at, I can't say that. But not only that, but it used to be 32 ounces. Now it's 30 ounces. So they're paying.
And to most people, like you said, it's only 2 ounces. 2 ounces times how many McDonald's?
Oh yeah, it's only 2 ounces when you want just one more drink. That 2 ounces comes in pretty handy,
Yep. They must have a decent deal, at least at the one where I am, because I know a lot of people from work will like make a quick little like McDonald's run, like, hey, who wants a drink or whatever. There's a lot of people that like the soda. One, because we've talked about it before, the science behind it. It just hits you different, and it must be a different price. And they have, a soda machine in the location, but something about the said fast food ones hit different. And this is coming from a guy that doesn't drink soda. I'm a straight coffee, beer, whiskey kind of guy. I used to drink a lot of Kool-Aid, but it turns out it gets the guy. What's it say?
$1.39. I am a chubby little checker.
Ooh.
Look at me, bro.
Okay. So as for anybody that is just listening, you've been pulled up the McDonald's app. We're gonna play a little game in here, which is funny. How many points you got at McDonald's? I never go there, and I got like 3,000 points.
I had over 12,000 last time, and then I got like 2 days in a row.
$1 equals 10 nugs. That's what pops up on mine. What are we looking at? Drinks?
I'm at 18,911 points.
Okay, I feel better about myself.
Well, that's like 3 different quarter pounders with cheese.
See, the thing is, though, is what is terrible is the fact of their deals that they offer daily sometimes is better than the points that you use. And you can only use one or the other. Now, with Wendy's, shout out to Wendy's, you can use both. You can use your reward and their daily deal. So if they're giving away free nuggies, and then they're like, hey, you get free nuggies, but you also get to use like 400 points for ice cream or like a Frosty or something. I don't know what it is, but yeah, they let you use both. And McDonald's, blasphemous, will not let you do it.
Yeah, I also got $1.39 unless you want Minute Maid orange juice. $3.49.
What?
$3.49. Lemonade is $2.19. Everything else, all the sodas, $1.39. Like, come on, you want a little bit of healthier, even though it's probably full of sugar, not great for you. And that's a medium at $3.49. You want a large orange juice, according to my thing, $3.69.
$3.29 here.
Oh shit!
Yeah, boy.
Okay, so those $1.39 prices are mediums. You want a large? Oh shit! No, I guess it is the same.
It should be all sizes except for, I think you can get the value or the extra small for $1.
$1.39 for anything I click in there. Why wouldn't you know what? That's the thing. Like, all right, the kid wants a drink. You're getting a large. Why are you getting a large instead of an extra small? It's the same goddamn price.
Yeah. I'm surprised that we all found it's $1.39 for me too for a large. That we all and $3.39 for those other ones, like that they're all the same now. Like what happened? Have they been watching our?
I'm gonna pick a random item, and we're gonna see. Let's just see the limited time McRib. What do you guys got for that? Not available after midnight. Why is that? We need a McDonald's employee
Turns
on
into
the
a
show just
werewolf.
for like 15, 20 minutes. Get them on their break. Just say, hey, I want you to go live on your phone real quick. So if any McDonald's employees are listening, we just want to chat with you for like 10, 15 minutes. We got questions. We want some inside scoop, some stuff you love, some stuff you hate. Why? And like for the first question I'm gonna ask is, why is the McRib not available after midnight? I feel like it hits a little bit special after midnight.
You would think.
I don't have the McRib on mine.
I'm looking for it. Where's it at?
Mine was okay. Well, mine I just went. I pressed order, and then it said app exclusive, the McValue menu, and then limited time McRib.
Oh, mine does not say that.
Oh shit!
Yes.
So here's the question: did the McRib already come and go? Were you guys? And I'm just so far behind. It's just hitting.
Yeah,
I think it did. Yeah, I think we had it like last year, or October to November.
It felt like 6 to 8 weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you sons of bitches. We got the McRib biz back, baby. We're so far behind. Cornhole finally hit up here 10 years later from the rest of the world. We finally got there.
How much does a Big Mac sandwich and meal cost for you guys?
Okay, that's a good one. Mine is... Oh, go ahead. No, you go first.
$4.89 for the sandwich, $8.39 for the meal.
You're such a slut. I can't stand you. You're such
Here we go. We're back to different prices.
ridiculous. Okay. That is insane. Are you serious? Okay. All right. Yeah. So the sandwich for me is $5.29. Yeah, and the meal is $9.99.
All right. Well,
it's $1.60.
Okay. Well, I guess we went in order from smallest to biggest because mine is $5.69 for the sandwich and $10.29 for the meal.
See, no, what's ridiculous though is, again, I know you're upstate New York. Brandon and I are 3 hours away. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That is ridiculous that you and I are so much closer in price than him and I. Like, that is what?
Yeah. All right, so just we're on the same order, right? And let's go sandwiches and meals. What's the most expensive sandwich, just by sandwich, out of all of them on yours? I'm curious if we're all the same for the most expensive compared to.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be that, but it isn't.
So for me, mine apparently right now at $8.39 is the double quarter pounder with cheese deluxe, which that's only 850 calories. Holy shit!
So mine is the double bacon quarter pounder with cheese.
Oh shit! I didn't see that one. Yeah, that's the most for mine. Sorry.
Yep, that one is it's $7.89 for me.
Mine's $8.89.
And for the meal, it's $11.89.
Mine is $7.29, and then $10.49 for the meal.
Your meals are so cheap. Okay, hold on. So what is it? So you are getting. So if the drinks are the same, and the burgers are close, your fries are cheap as hell.
They gotta be. Let's see. Let me pull up the fries.
Are you closer to Idaho or something? Or where the hell did these goddamn fries come up?
We doing medium fries, large fries, small fries?
Do them all. Do them all.
Let's start with a small. I'm $2.89 for a small.
$2.99.
$2.29.
It's his fries. He's got a cheap fry game. I don't know what it is. His
son
salt
of a
must be
bitch.
Cheaper.
$2.89 for a medium. And then large is $3.89.
What? Hold on. First of all, does your app? Yeah, your app also goes small, large, medium. What the hell is up with that?
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that.
That threw me for a loop for a second.
So what they did is they probably did some science that most people are going to go with the middle. Like if you had to choose on a test A, B, or C, what are you picking? You go B. So I wonder if they were just like, all right, everybody's going to go large. We'll put it in the middle.
Or maybe they're just trying to subliminally make you think that when you eat it, you are slim. SLM.
Oh.
Well, give me two. So you said your medium was how much again? $2.89.
Let me pull it up. I got it up. I just closed.
I'm just.
I need two more tugs. Let me go. All right. Medium $2.89.
Oh my god. Okay, so my medium is $4.19.
Holy shit! Mine's cheaper, $3.79.
Yeah, I'm not even joking. So a medium fry, I'm not even joking. Oh, move. Yeah, $4.19 for a medium fry.
Holy shit. What's your large?
$4.69.
Holy shit. Mine's $4.29 for a large,
See,
$3.79 for a medium.
Brandon,
$4.89 for large.
you said $4.89 for a large?
$4.89 for a large. Or sorry, $3.89.
I was going to say $4.89.
Okay, hold on.
Sorry,
Yeah, okay.
$3.89.
So you got whenever they have those daily deals where it's like, hey, any size fry for free, I'm taking that. It's like, oh, hey, would you rather use your points for this? Or like my daughter, that's what she's always like, hey, just give me a large fry. And I'm like, I don't want to spend $5 on freaking fries. But if they have that daily deal where like, hey, free fry,
it feels like those daily deals have gotten worse over the past 6 months.
Yes.
Because they were like buy one, get one free Big Macs kind of deals. And, well, shit, I'll buy 2 Big Macs for $4.89 or whatever it costs, like. But now it's like, go ahead.
Oh, no, no, go ahead. I was going to say
$2 off a Happy Meal. Phew. $6 Happy Meal. You're giving me $2 off of it?
$5 off 20 or something like that. That's what I see on there too. You know who hasn't slighted us at all? Arby's.
They have the meats.
They had 4 roast beef sandwiches for $10. I was like, oh no. That's one of those things where you just get on the phone and you're like, oh, what was that? Oh, you think, oh, the kids want some too? We better go with 2 of them. Oh yeah. Hey, can I get 2 of the 4 for 10? Yeah, sweet. Yeah.
I actually take 3 of those deals. Just because we're an educational show, I just wanted to bring this up that when I typed in where do McDonald's fries come from, just because, maybe the fries are listening and they want to know who their dad is. Apparently, most of them are Frank Russet Burbank potatoes. They're a type of potato grown by Frank Martinez in Warden, Washington.
So, I mean, you're a little closer to Washington than I am, but it somehow warrants the fact that you can have $1.50 cheaper fry than me.
Well, that's ridiculous. The OG place. Now there's a couple of different places that they are, obviously, but one that kind of caught my attention. Bill Gates's farmland was one of the places that popped up. The Gateses own more than 14,000 acres of farmland, again, in Washington, including potato fields that are processed into McDonald's farm. Obviously, Frank Martinez also in Washington. Then there's 100 Circle Farms, which is a farm that grows potatoes in circles so large that they can actually be seen from space. And then Lamb Weston, as a processor, cuts the potatoes into large fries. I'm going to look up where 100 Circle Farm is.
I have said it once, and I will say it 1,000 times. McDonald's fries are overrated.
They're Oregon. Something. So does the PN Dubs? Do they grow the best potatoes in the world?
I mean, I don't know about the world, but I know at least here in America.
Holy shit!
I want to echo what Yuban said. Arby's right now has $2.50 large shakes, $2.50 beef and cheddars, $2.50 6-piece chicken nuggets, buy one get one chicken sandwiches. That's all on their daily deals. Like, that is some daily deals. Arby's.
Mine was buy one get one beef and cheddar.
How much were they? Like $5 probably.
I don't know. Let me see.
Because at $2.50, that seems about the same price, give or take.
And they even have like I don't know, like they always have like the new mac and cheese stuffed tots or whatever, like some weird options and stuff like that. They're always giving away. Select a location.
All right, so mine, while he's looking it up, mine is a buy one chicken item, get one free. Free classic roast beef sandwich with purchase. $2.50 6-piece chicken nuggies. $2.50 classic roast beef. $2.50 large shake. $2.50 beef and cheddar.
Which is a pretty damn good deal.
Mine's
for nowadays.
Buy one chicken item, get one free. Buy one classic beef and cheddar, get one free. $2.50 chicken nuggets. Or for a 6-piece, classic roast beef for $2.50, large shake for $2.50. I'm about to get slutty with it.
I want to make this point. I'm not one of those people who are like, look at what they're feeding us. Why are they doing this? It should be illegal. No, I know what's going on. They know what's going on. When I go to that place to meet them at the counter and I say, I want an extra side of ranch. Make it 3. They know what I want. When I ask them for 3 sandwiches, and they know nobody else is helping me with them, it's going to be me who's eating all of them. I know what I'm getting myself into. They know what they're getting themselves into. All I ask for you, Arby's and McDonald's and everybody else who owns these silly conglomerate restaurants, is to remember my paycheck, remember my pocketbook. I will keep coming back more and more and more until I have to wheel myself in, which will be someday soon. As long as you don't, make me grab my ankles and bite wood. You know what I mean? Don't do what McDonald's did, which they're now walking back, and you're seeing that when you turn on their app now. We got our special McDeal, and it's great. $5 this, $5 that. When we said few to the $5 menu that we created 25 years ago.
Yeah.
So just respect your consumers and don't think we're stupid, because we're not. We know what we're getting ourselves into. We're Americans who gamble and drink too much and eat too much cheese. But we love it.
Yeah, we do. America. And most of us aren't dumb enough, but there's a lot of dumb people in the world. I've seen a lot of people in McDonald's that I probably have seen right after at the Walmart that I have seen right after it. Yeah. You bust out that Monopoly game again? Oh, shit. There goes some paychecks.
A classic beef and cheddar 2 here is $5.49, by the way. So it's not a bad deal. Not a bad deal. Do you ever get the half-pound sandwiches? You guys ever...
I have not reached that level of fat man. No.
Damn, yeah, me neither. That would be terrible if I were to ever eat a sandwich that big for no reason. It would be stupid, especially polish it off with a large curly fry, maybe a shake.
I kid you not. 3 last times I went to Arby's, got a Jamocha shake, and every time it's vanilla. And I don't find out till I get home, and I'm so angry.
God, that's one of those things where it's like a slam on the fist, and everyone's like, "Hey, are you okay?" Yeah.
Not to brag, but I was gifted a homemade ice cream machine for Christmas, and it is fantastic. It is unbelievable. It was it was almost like a McFlurry consistency when I made some Oreo ice cream the other day. Dude, telling you. And all it is it's milk, heavy cream, sugar, and a little vanilla, and then put in some Oreos, and it makes a pretty good amount of it. And I have I am making the kids some chocolate ice cream homemade tonight. I've done peanut butter cookies and cream, 2 batches of vanilla. They're getting chocolate tonight, and I'm surprised I haven't had a knock on the studio door being like, "Where is the ice cream?" Because it's gonna be good. I'm pumped for it.
Yep. Is the brand Pioneer Woman? Because that is the brand that I got for my homemade ice cream machine, and for some reason, every piece of cookware or anything else that I've been gifted now is Pioneer Woman. I forget who the young lady is who has that brand, but quality products. Love that ice cream machine.
No, it's mine's what is it, Cuisine Art or whatever it is.
Oh,
I think what it is. It's good. I'm telling you, it's worth every penny. I'll send you guys a link, and maybe I'll put it on my Amazon store, and I'll actually get some commission for it. I'm just kidding. I won't do that. But either way, I appreciate you guys. I looked at the clock for the first time, and we hit it. We done it. Did it. Of course, we record on a Sunday. I would really want to go watch the Packers beat the Eagles, but you guys know what happened to the game. So, but either way, Brandon, can't thank you enough. Hopefully you feel better and get into the week you've been. Hopefully you continually feel all right, other than the gout. Hopefully that goes away tomorrow with those meds. And the rest of you, hopefully you're feeling all right for whatever reason. It's the worst sickness the world has ever seen. That's what I hear every single goddamn winter. So hopefully you stay healthy. Wash your hands, dumbasses. And stay healthy. I don't know. And stay out of my fridge. That's all I got to say. All right. Till next week. We'll be back. Be good to your wieners. Goodbye.